Detroit, a wonderful place in which I live, but now it's full of blight and neglect. It was the place to be in the 50s during the baby boomer years, but plummeted in 71 because of redlining, the project booms, and the riots. Got even worse in 91. We've seen terrible numbers, and ever since, Detroit was never able to recover. It's houses like these that has become a blight problem in the city. Ran down, neglected, garbage. And with the deaths that we've had since this COVID-19, Detroit has already lost in population. I fear now that with all the deaths from this disease, neighborhoods like this become more neglected, more ran down. Just about in every block now in the city, you can find at least 3 houses that are abandoned and neglected. It's wide open. No one here. Dangerous for children. It's fearful. The city has become abandoned in more places than one. Not just from poverty, not just from COVID, but from the combination itself. They say they don't even have bodies for the morgues. That makes me fearful for the city. The house I'm going to now has been, the door has been open on this house for 3 days now. Wide open. For children, anybody to go in here. So I'm going to drive by it today and see if it's still open. The blight here in the city has always been a problem. But now, I mean, it's really become a problem now with all the deaths from COVID-19. And this year, 2020, is the year of the census. The census is going on right now as we speak. And that determines on how much money you get for your schools, your neighborhoods. I mean, everything. It's pretty much budgets how the city and your community is paid. And before, the city was a blight and there was nobody, a lot of people had abandoned Detroit. But now with this COVID-19, it just really hit the city really hard. Extremely hard than usual. Like I say, so many people died here. There's not even room for them in the morgues. While driving, I've came down the street several times and I noticed the ambulance sitting in front of the house. As I drove down a second, a third, a fourth time, I realized that they were getting ready to carry out a body, most likely to die from COVID. I didn't want to witness or disrespect them bringing out the body, so that part I didn't record. Some of them get boarded up, like this one here. And that's not a bad spot because it's right off a convenience store. Like, but most of them are wide open for any kids to go through or There used to be a thing back in the day that the police would stop abandoned houses and try to knock them down because of crime. Crime is still going to be a big issue, but the abandonment in the city from this COVID thing is going to swallow us whole, I guarantee. And especially this is happening now around the time that we have the census. It's going to really impact the city. Really. Cold days like today. Essential workers still working during the lockdown despite the possibility of catching the infection. Still got people out here working during this, so that's good. Pictures just hit the news of the hospital Skyline putting bodies in a sleep study room because they simply ran out of room in the morgue. Mortuaries are full. They're putting bodies in ice skating rinks. And imagine going to a funeral home and can't see your dead because they died from COVID and because there's a building restriction on how many people can go inside. They even set up drive-thrus so you can drive around and see your dead. But imagine having a funeral